Ah, hello. Getting myself tied in knots with what I'm supposed to be doing. Hello. I should probably tie my hair back for a start so it's not falling in my face. So, today, the prompt is 2 words which, you see put together on purpose. It's full beam. That's actually a thing. Which makes it something of a challenge to sort of find something interesting to do with it. I'm struggling to get this out of the way. So, I think what I'm going to do to start with is something I've not done before, which is... Oh! I didn't know you could just bucket fill it. Okay. That's what I was going to do anyway, is change the colour of the paper layer. Because full beams seems like something you draw with light rather than with dark. And I'm going to do a suggestion from Jen on this one, so this isn't my idea. Full credit to Jen for this one. Take beam as meaning grin, and specifically think Cheshire Cat. Yeah. Kitty. So, it's cat time. Because I did so well at drawing this sort of sitting posture when drawing Myth Opponent, of course. Now, I have drawn cats before, a long time ago, and never in this position. I've only drawn standing before. So, let's get that in. Because the lighting is a bit different for this one, I might go about the process a bit different as well. And it might come out a bit more like how I normally actually draw, because, as I've said before, sort of block shaded line art isn't what I've got much experience drawing. That's not going so badly so far, which I'm pleasantly surprised by. This could pass for a cat. So far. I am using reference images. I'm using reference images of my own cats. So, scrolling back through for a better head angle, because the photo I had was one of Captain washing himself, so his head was down, not up and beaming. Chin needs to be a bit further over here. That click, weirdly, I think, is next door flicking a light switch. These houses were not built with sound insulation in mind. Now, the problem I'm going to have is that what that shape is that I've just drawn in is the mouth. Which, of course, if you're going to be grinning, doesn't actually do that. He's too happy in that one. His eyes are closed. He's a happy cat. Oh, I'm quite a way into this. I'm sort of 10 minutes in and no one's joined me yet. Just making sure I've put out a proper link. His mum tried telling me yesterday that the link I'd put out wasn't working. No, that is working. So just no one here at the moment. So hello to anyone watching this back at a later date, I suppose. Because no one's hearing this live. So unless it doesn't count people not logged into YouTube. Which it might do, to be fair. I don't know, some people don't log in to watch. There was a point earlier where it was showing no one viewing, which is strange because it counts me viewing as a viewer. So for a bit, it was saying, even you're not here. Is that right? That needs to be a bit flatter, actually, doesn't it? Right. There were a few ideas that came to my mind for this, for something to do. That I went, yeah, that does sound interesting, but also involves drawing people. And I'm not overly into that idea at the moment. You know, the memory of Hike Army is still fairly fresh. I don't want to put off repeating it. Just realised that Jeremy, who normally joins me, probably joins me from a Discord server where I share the link. And I'd forgotten to share the link there. I think most people who watch because I put it in a Discord server rather than watching because of Facebook, and I've forgotten to say on any of them. So that will probably explain why. Little tip there. Given that it's dark out, this will be a cat with almost full pupil eyes as well. They're big rounds, shiny eyes. I think that needs to be a bit further over there. Does it? No. No, it doesn't. That was actually about right. Needs to be a bit wider though. Comes nearly the full width of the nose. Join me in learning how to draw cats on the spot. I have no tips besides, oh, I did that wrong, whenever I do. Now then. Here's where it'll get interesting. little skew. That's a little mew. So I'm going to have to work out how that chin works once I've done, because it's about to not work. Keep seeing a movement in the corner of my eye and thinking it's someone in chat, and it's not. It's the timeline on YouTube moving. I think that needs to go up more like that. I think this will be a bit neater once it's inked. So I'm not going to worry about it overly for now. Because what's light and what's dark will also change with inking. Okay, that's on a tilt. So let's straighten that up a bit. Let's actually move the whole face up a little. What? Okay. That makes a bit more sense. Have a pointy chin. These have pointy chins. The problem with these teeth is you need a more human jaw to go with that. Which is an unfortunate thing to do to an otherwise relatively pleasant cat. Is that too much chin? It's too much chin on the right, but enough on the left, which is weird. So let's try making it a bit more receded, like that. Is that better? It's certainly different. Let's bring that out a bit more. Cat's eyes, interesting take. The cat's eyes are the bit of the cat that's okay, to be honest. I'm gonna try this, see if it works. Yeah, it's certainly something. So let's get down to inking, shall we? Oh wait, no, we've not finished. Put some guidelines in. Right, don't lock that yet. Just turn the transparency on first. Then lock it. So I'm not accidentally working on the pencil layer again. Okay. Pen. Flatter. Yeah. More like that. It's a Cheshire Cat, Jeremy. And sorry both of you for not saying in the Discord servers when I started. I forgot that I announced it there as well. Which is weird because today I thought, oh, I might actually be more prepared. What with not having anything else needed doing after finishing work at 4ish. So I could get straight down to business. An explanation, not an excuse, is a good way of summarising most things I draw this month, to be fair. I need to neaten up these eyes, and I think I need to zoom out to see how they need neatening up. No, I don't. I can just blur my eyes slightly, and that simulates being at a distance. No one else simulates being at a distance. Being further away. As for how big the cat is, whoops. Normal cat sized. Normal sit on your lap and purr cat. But don't know why that came out huge. I'll take the pen size down a bit so I feel worried less about pressure when it comes to line size. It is not some kind of Godzilla cat. You're thinking the goodies. This is definitely not the goodies. As for why it's a cat, Jen mentioned Cheshire Cat when it came to beaming, and I thought, yeah, I can draw a cat. Cats are nice. How about I spoil that? You know, cats aren't nice when I draw them with human teeth. It was a very innocent cat before I gave it teeth. But to be honest, if you draw a cat grinning with cat teeth, it actually looks worse, because cat teeth don't grin. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm doing you a favour. Oh, by the way, I found out yesterday that Kate, my sister-in-law, watches these streams. So happy birthday for yesterday, Kate. I would have said yesterday, but I didn't know you were watching. So happy birthday. She didn't log in, so I don't think it can respond in Steam, not in Steam, in YouTube chat. Yeah, Jen mentioned a part of one of these streams, and I thought, oh, I didn't think you were watching that one. She said, oh, I wasn't, but Kate told me about it. Oh, okay. I think it was when our cats were playing about in the background. Oh, hello! Cat's eyes in the road with full beam. Yes, that would have been more sensible. I'm filling these teeth because that's what dentists do. What? I'm not a dentist. I think this will look okay once I zoom out. For given value okay, your mileage may vary. I think it will look like human teeth, which was the aim. It might not be an aim everyone wants me to achieve, but there were a number of things that sort of made sense for full beam, but just seemed a bit mundane. Because it is a mundane thing, like full beam is words that come together. I'm so glad I didn't do the mouth this detailed on the photo on the mini fridge on day one. Or soprano fridge, as you could also call it. Does bucket fill work here? No, not really. Can I turn hardness off up on this? Off, up. It doesn't look like I can, because that would neaten the edges somewhat. Life is pretty mundane, spoken like a true person who's doing their best to avoid 2020. There is another tooth back here. Whoa, where are you going? Get over here. Over to these here pearly whites. am happy to take my role as presenting alternatives to mundane, to make people appreciate mundane that bit more. Ah, poor Joshua, he has no context. Never give context. Only give penguin. Which appropriately is an in-joke I think Joshua will get, but he's muted this, and as is appropriate, I'm not going to explain it. Actually, Jeremy, you might have been there for that in-joke. Which narrows it down somewhat, as Jeremy and I have only met in person once. God, how many teeth you got? That'll do, that's all the teeth you're getting. Yes, the never give context, only give penguin is the in-joke I thought you might have been there for. I can't remember if only give penguin or always give penguin. Penguin is definitely given as the alternative to context. Yeah, I mean, my facial hair is the memorable bit of my face, which has really thrown me off over the course of lockdown, because what lockdown has meant is spending a lot of time in Zoom, which you can set it to mirror your camera, but I don't, meaning I now am used to an unmirrored camera view. And I see myself in Zoom much more than I see myself in a mirror. Which means I get used to the way around my face looks to other people. And then when I see myself in a mirror, the beard's on the wrong side. It's very strange. There's context? Context for what? There's context for a lot of things. There's, roughly speaking, context for this. Oh yeah, that's horrible. Let's do something about that, but not much. Yes, this cat is fully beaming. As only a Cheshire cat can. Or, as the Cheshire cat is since the changing of the county boundaries, the unitary authority of Warrington cat. And if you don't get that reference, please read the Thursday Next books by Jasper Ford. They're very good. Bright eyes. And I'm going to do a bit of erasing around them. So that there's a little less. Thick lines. Hi, Abigail. I've lost track. Should I also be apologising to Abigail, or has Abigail already been apologised to? Probably both. It's quite strange working on a black canvas. Also, with my usual feathering thing that I say I need to get out of the habit of, suddenly making sense because, you know, cat hair. It gets everywhere. Like sand, but less coarse. No, not the scroll bar. The canvas. So, how's everyone's days been up until this point? I can understand if this isn't the highlight. That's reasonable. Weird fog of not knowing what's going on. That's the 2020 experience there. I only hope I can do a service of making everything outside these streams make more sense comparatively. Oops. There. Oops. Now, I'm actually gonna add a highlights layer. Which I'm gonna do in that colour. Oops. I mean, yeah, it is just a normal cat. A normal Cheshire cat, but they're not a common breed. But yeah. Other than the mouth, run-of-the-mill garden monkey. And I was wrong, this isn't going to look like most of my other stuff. I'm still going to do it fairly cel shady stuff. I don't even know whether I'm going to use that shading multiply layer that I put in earlier, or if I'm just going to do highlights. Facial hair? No. How is it with gums? Bad. Might put a bit of light in between teeth though, so it's not quite so gappy. So it's more outlined than gapped. Keep getting the wrong button there. Sorry about that. Oops. Shiny eyes. These cats do have very shiny eyes. While I'm putting in that shading, I should remember to come back down to the pen layer. Whoa! Way too big. too big. A bit too close to the nose. Cats have weirdly long eyebrows as well. Actually, that might be more of a minority of cats. But sort of quite long, sparse eyebrow hairs, almost like whiskers but above the eyes. Introductions. Yes, John, I know from uni, and got me into streaming, and has been the GM of most tabletop games I've played, and we were part of a video game streaming group up until quite recently when we decided to call it a day on the group. Haven't played anything online together in quite a while now, it feels. Should get back into that again. But it's a case of my schedule's awful and finding something we have enough people for. Jeremy, I first met at IFDiv, and since we have been in the same Discord server together called Let's Not Go Insane in Isolation, which I have to say has not been doing a great job of its stated purpose. As well as going to sessions together on Saturdays on Zoom. Who else is in chat? Joshua, also in that group. I think possibly set that group up, and I know through Boggarts. What am I doing? I'm grabbing that colour. Who else is around? So, Jeremy and Joshua know each other, at least internet-wise. Yes, you probably wouldn't be watching me doing this if it weren't for John, because streaming was an entirely alien thing for me. Before he said, come on, let's get a group together to play Payday. And stream it for people to watch. And it's not like we got lots of people coming on to watch us, but it's a different experience playing it with people watching. Or even with the potential of people watching, which is what it more often boiled down to, I think. So I think, if you look on YouTube for Insufficient Data Gaming, which is the name that John came up with, there are still a load of old streams that we have of playing Payday and playing Pathfinder, and I think the run we did of, or the beginning of the run we did of, what's it called, Rippers, is also on there, as well as some solo stuff that I've done since. Yeah, I don't really know what happened to it. It's just sort of the problem with things that require several people is they fall apart very easily with scheduling problems. And I think I was the only one with a stable enough internet to stream, which meant I'm the only one of the group whose solo stuff was streamable. Oh no, I've watched a fair few of John's solo streams, so you have at some point had stable internet, because I've seen you playing Alan Wake, for example. Now I'm going to try... Ooh, that's weird! That's very weird. Yeah, is your house currently still a state of chaos, John? Oh, no, that's not right at all. But it does mean I can see some stuff here that could be made. Or sort of sensible. Well, wrong layer. Good, I've not done any more highlighting on the wrong layer. Let's lock that for now. Come back to here. You know what, just put it in there for now. Bucket. No, not bucket. Undo that, please. Please. Thank you. And we'll try that again. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. My angle on that's all wrong. Like, entirely wrong. The bouquet residence, John. Weirdly, keeping up appearances is what came to my mind the first time I remember going to Lincolnshire. Right, crossed over the Humber Bridge and instantly got this sort of weird feeling of like a place that had all the money of the north, but it's a sort of southern way of looking at it. Like, I don't really know how to phrase it. Like, around North Lincolnshire there's a certain kind of tackiness that's very keeping up appearances. It's we may not have real money, but we can pretend. No offence to anyone from Lincolnshire. But like, go around the Scunthorpe area. It's like there's something very much of that feeling about it. That's why. Highlights. You will notice that this light coming from the cat's mouth, I'm trying out the idea of it being an I-beam. And I say trying out because this was my initial idea for this whole thing, was for the full beam to become an I-beam. But the more it happens, the more I'm probably agreeing with what you're screaming at me. No, I'll stick with that actually. I reckon that's okay. Yeah, I thought that might be what you'd be screaming at me. And I thought on zooming out I'd probably agree with you. But it's not as bad as I thought. Cats can be as many dimensions as they want, John. Takes up more box. hand can fit more food in it. Okay, the shading on the bottom ones does make more sense. I say and then do exactly the opposite on this one. I think that, because of its angle, should be more in shadow. Likewise, that one was cocked up entirely. Try something weird. Oh, wrong layer. this is Full Beam. Thanks for joining me. Sorry about that. Please come back tomorrow. I won't be drawing this again. I don't know what I will be drawing, but I can promise you it won't be this. Until then. Bye.